So hi, it's Grandpa Ricky, and I'm telling a story for two pals, and it's the story how my wife was looking out one day at the sunset, and she had a big smile on her face, and she said, and I said to her, I said, well, what are you smiling about? She said, wouldn't it be nice if we have a gate by the road? And I said, yeah, it'd be really nice. And we kind of grooved on, yeah, it'd be really nice to have a gate by the road. And then about 2 or 3 months later, the woman who owns the property, our friend, comes along and says, do you mind if I put a gate on the road? Well, great, And so she let us help design the gate, and we were pretty happy about it. And then about a couple of years later, my wife is sitting there looking at the same different sunset, but the sunset, and she gets the same big grin on her face. And I say to her, "What are you happy about now?" She says, "Wouldn't it be nice to have a frog pond? We could listen to the frogs." And we both like listening to frogs. So, lo and behold, 2 months later, the woman who owns the property comes and says, would you mind if I put in a small frog pond? Great. So about 2 years later, my wife's got the same smile looking at a different sunset, and I said, what are you dreaming up now? And she says, I'm thinking how nice it would be if we had some kind of little apartment where people who come to visit us could stay. And I said, God, that'd be great. And we grooved on that for a while, and then thought about something else. And then 2 or 3 months later, the woman who owns the property says, do you mind if I build a little barn and put a little apartment in it? And I'm going, whoa. And so we got that. So about 5 years later, my wife is looking out at the thing, and I big smile, and I said, what are you dreaming of now? And she says, I'm thinking how nice it would be to have a little shed where I could go and just have some privacy, and maybe a little bed in there, and somewhere to meditate, and maybe a desk to where I could sit by myself and just have some peace and quiet because you, not me, yell a lot. And so she's great. Well, the woman who owns the property didn't come with that, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it out of scrap wood and stuff I can afford. And I go to a dinner party. We have like a group of friends, and we all get together and have a potluck dinner once a month. It's great fun. And so I'm sitting there, and this guy says, yeah, what are you working? What are you thinking about? What are you enjoying these days? And I said, well, I'm enjoying designing this shed, this like portable shed that June can have as a place to go and have some peace and quiet. And he looks at me, he says, well, I'm a volunteer at this program that teaches people that want to learn how to build things. And we have a project every year, and we make sheds. And if you cover the cost of the supplies, I'll get the students to build a shed, and then we'll build it, and then we'll take it apart and bring it up to you and put it back together. And I had great. And so I went to the woman who owns the land, and I said, do you mind if I bring this? And we worked out how big she would be comfortable with and stuff like that. And we did it. And so all of a sudden, here's this shed. And then I thought, well, it'd be nice if we had a nice floor in it. It'd be nice if it was insulated so she really can't hear me yell from the house. And bingo, it was over budget, but some people donated some money, and we went into a little bit of debt to pull it off. And the woman who owns the property, she's happy, and we said, well, when we die or when we move, you can have the shed. And suddenly we've got more room. So I'm telling this for my friends to get into this idea that you think about what you would like, and you feel how good it would feel And then you don't think about how it can happen. You don't think about how it's impossible. It's a crazy thing. And you just do it. And the minute that you're finished, like before you start thinking, that's stupid, that can never happen, then you force yourself to think about something else. And I've talked to people who are really good at this praying this manifestation stuff, and they say, oh yeah, we're following all the rules. And I don't know where the rules are, but I'll tell you, it sure works for us. And then I've taught other people, and they've solved big problems in their life the same way. It doesn't always work, and sometimes you got to do it a lot of times. But you're kind of having faith that something's going to work out. We're going to come up with some brainy idea to solve the problem. And good luck with it. And I made this, for my friends, but I also made it for you. And maybe you can use these ideas to make your life easier, because that's what we have to all do, is help each other make our lives easier. Okay? And so remember, please make your own videos about what makes your life easier. And thank you very much for watching, because I'm so old now, I can't do much else but talk, but I still like being useful. It makes my life easier to feel good. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.